I would love it if you could just name 2 black Republican senators.
Can you name me the only black Supreme Court justice?
I just told you, buddy, it's not irrelevant because it doesn't matter to you. How was the church during slavery? I'm curious.
What is the difference between a white person and a black person?
We're getting off topic.
No, this is your topic, my friend. You know you're now starting to retreat a little bit because it's not going well.
Charlie Kirk stands toe-to-toe with a self-proclaimed critic who tries and fails to trip him up with questions about race, religion, and representation in the Republican Party. Throughout the debate, Charlie Kirk calmly dismantles emotional talking points, brings facts to the table, and refuses to back down. What starts as a trap quickly becomes a stage for Charlie Kirk to expose the weak logic of the other side. Charlie Kirk doesn't just hold his ground, he dominates. Charlie Kirk stays composed. Charlie Kirk brings the receipts. Charlie Kirk reminds everyone why he's a force on campus and beyond. And once again, Charlie Kirk shows exactly why his message is resonating with millions.
How's it going, Charlie? I love the show. I listen all the time. No joke. I've been listening to about 5 to 10 hours a week of conservative talk radio since the summer of 2008. Yeah, that's just as a fun. There was something going on the summer of 2008. I can't remember. This new lady was breaking out onto the scene, big conservative star. Is she still in the party? She was a governor of Alaska. I can't remember her name. Hold on. Sarah something. No. Anyway, my question is really quick. I'll be really brief. I would love it if you could just name 2 black Republican senators.
Well, there is one that I know of, Tim Scott.
Yeah. Can you name a second one?
I'm not sure there is a second. Maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong.
No, there's not.
Yeah, so it's a trick question.
Yeah.
How about this? Can you name me the only black Supreme Court justice? Actually, there's 2 of them.
Well, it's not a trick question. It's a question to try to prove a point. So other than Byron Donalds, can you name another black Republican congressperson?
Yeah, Wesley Hunt.
Okay. Do you know what the percentage of black Republican representation in the Republican side of Congress is? Do you know what that number is?
It's not very high.
It's not very high. No, it's about a fraction of a fraction of a single percent.
Okay, that's interesting.
No, but I'm curious because I've heard you in other videos. You say, what's the total black population of the United States?
It's
roughly
13%.
So 13 to 14% of the constituents are represented by 0.001% on your side. Now, I'm curious about this one. What's the percentage of the United States citizens who are Christian, who identify as Christian or Judeo-Christian?
Probably 50 to 55%.
What's the percentage of Christians who are Republican in Congress? Just curious. It's 100%.
well, hold on a second. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Hold on. Calm down. You've talked this entire time.
No, but representation matters to you.
Oh no, hold on. One second. How have the
you.
Democrats done overseeing the black community the last 40 years? Are they wealthier, richer, happier?
Everybody has made mistakes, bro. People
No.
are human
No.
beings.
Answer the question.
I'm answering. I just answered the question. There has been successes and there's been
what
failures.
Success
but on
has
your side, can I ask you this? Let me ask this question the other way.
What success?
So
exactly?
Tim Scott. This is the best way to do this. So I'm an alumni. I hope that's okay. Oregon State alumni. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Go Beavs. Go Beavs. I used to live in Bloss Hall. Anyone in Bloss Hall? Bloss Hall. Bloss Hall's all f***ed up. That's sad that it's not been changed. No. So this is maybe the better question. So in 2022, Herschel Walker would have become the very first black Republican Senate candidate to win a primary and a general election to serve their first term in office. As you know, Tim Scott was actually appointed to fill a vacated seat.
And then won later.
Right, but he won as an incumbent. And what's the incumbency rate in Congress? Does anybody know that number? It's like 90-something, 96%, 97% incumbency.
No,
I'm just curious. Do you
you
know
gotta
when Yeah, my question is, because it's not going to happen this cycle, what cycle do you think Republicans will nominate and elect their first black Republican senator to serve
You know what's
in
interesting?
office?
I think skin color is irrelevant. Why do you care so much about it?
I just told you, buddy, it's not irrelevant because it doesn't matter
hold on.
to you.
No, it's interesting though. But you say representation. You know what? Stop it. The only representation that matters is values, not skin color.
Oh, values. Right, Christian values are important to you because 100% of Republicans in Congress represent Christian values.
Bingo.
Black values are not important to Republicans because 0.001% of your representation.
Tell me very slowly so I can understand. What are black values?
I'm talking about the values of different communities.
No, tell me what they are. Educate me on what black values are.
That's
So, I mean, yeah, this is where Charlie Kirk just straight up flips the entire debate. He calmly asks the guy to define black values, something the critic kept bringing up, and the guy totally stumbles, like dead silence. Charlie Kirk keeps it respectful, but man, he exposed how little thought went into the guy's argument. This was peak Charlie Kirk right here.
You're picking
You know what black values are? They're Christian because they're one of the most Christian populations in the country. That's what black values are.
How was the church during slavery? I'm curious. What did the church say about slavery?
Yeah,
they did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there were a bunch of pastors.
Help me understand.
Yeah.
What is the difference between a white person and a black person?
We're getting off topic.
No, this is your topic, my friend. You know you're now starting to retreat a little bit because it's not going well.
I came out here to prove a point, which is that your side doesn't really want to involve itself in anything other than white Christian culture, and that's represented in the people that you bring to office.
Let me explain to me then, not just Wesley Hunt, but Ana Paulina Luna and the growing Republican Party in the Hispanic community.
Are any of them in any leadership positions on your committees? You guys do run a bunch of committees, right? I'm curious.
Yeah,
how many non-white, non-males are on Republican committees in Congress?
Well,
we got about 118 Congresses to pick from.
Quite a few, but the only distinction I will accept is the male-female distinctions. I actually think that one matters because I think male-female distinctions are important. One the left does not believe in. But I want you to
tell... From the Bible, right? Yeah.
Well, it's also biology, you know, like XY chromosomes. Yeah, you know. You do believe in male-female distinctions, right?
I'm talking about. I love that you have to retreat to like the biblical male-female. I get it.
I didn't. You can see XXY in your blood work, actually.
How did we get on this topic again?
Because I'm talking about distinctions. So I want you to tell me, though, you say that the Republican Party is underrepresenting black America.
Well, not just black America, it's many other I'm saying they're overrepresenting white Christian culture, and that matters because it shows that that's what your value set is. I don't believe that you have value sets for non-white,
What is white Christian culture? Tell me what that is.
You drip it in the morning when you get out of the shower, bro. Like, what do you hating women, hating different people, and
How do I hate women exactly? Tell me how I hate women.
Sir, I've listened to several hours of your program in a week.
Give me one example.
You're incredibly misogynistic.
Give me a second example.
Yeah. Again, can you
give me a third example?
Can you name any women that are on any leadership positions anywhere on the Republican side of Congress?
Yes, Senator from Mississippi. Senator Lummis from Wyoming is on a leadership committee.
Senator Lummis from Wyoming. Yeah, that's a.
Yes.
Also, when was the last time he had like?
Hold on a second. Also, Senator Katie Britt gave the response to the State of the Union address, and
she did a great job on that one, guys. You guys remember that? That was
okay.
Hilarious.
No, but tell me, you came after.
We are suffering.
Okay, so tell me very. Tell me very clearly though.
Yeah.
You said that I hate women and I'm misogynistic.
Yeah.
Can you give me an example?
I can't. I don't have a specific example right now. I didn't.
Yeah, because it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. I think it.
Because you're making it up.
I got you earlier though, and I love you, my friend.
But tell me your evidence.
I'm going to move it down onto the next person.
Can you tell me your evidence?
A lot of people lined up. You have a wonderful
final
day,
question.
Buddy.
Are you voting for Kamala Harris?
I'm voting not Trump, motherfucker.
So I mean, yeah, this is where Charlie Kirk just straight up flips the entire debate. He calmly asks the guy to define black values, something the critic kept bringing up, and the guy totally stumbles, like dead silence. Charlie Kirk keeps it respectful, but man, he exposed how little thought went into the guy's argument. This was peak Charlie Kirk right here.